So,
What's up?
welcome back to our channel.
Yes.
I'm Keon Brown.
And I am Jackie Brown.
And we are the
Browns.
Yeah, so we're just gonna do like a little open discussion,
Yes,
just
open discussion.
talk about our second year anniversary.
Yes, and just laughing, talking, reminiscing, or just bringing up points where we've learned or where we believe we become stronger with.
Because today
is
our
second
year
anniversary. October 2nd, 2016 is when I told this man I do.
And we toasting to that.
Yes, we are. Now, the champagne, traditionally champagne, but tonight we're going to do a little bit of wine because I love my wine in the evening.
She love a wine. So. I drink beer because beer is life.
Beer is life. Well, but yeah, so we're just going to have an open discussion, just let you know a little bit more about us and have fun. We're going to have fun with this.
Thinking about what we've been through. The world can be a lonely place. Baby, I'm so glad that I found you. Now I got someone to embrace. From the day you stole my heart, I never ever want to be apart. Don't you feel the times are coming? 'Cause I feel it so strong. I've been on hold on, baby. Don't you feel the times are coming? When it feels so right to dance in the moonlight, baby, with you.
Hubby went to go tend to the kids. As you can hear, Chloe, but he had to go get KJ. Sign up. Side note. So yeah, how we met on the porch at a house party.
Yep.
He asked me to come talk to me. I said yes, of course. I mean, look why I said yes.
And I was like, I gotta go talk to this girl.
Yes, it was a good time, good night.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, so babe, I have a question for you. Okay, I want to know, out of these 2 years that we have been married, what is like one of the biggest things you've learned?
Oh, dang, she put me on the spot real fast.
Got to.
I forgot what she just asked me.
What is the most important thing you feel you've learned within these last 2 years?
I think now, thinking about it, for me, the biggest thing I learned was opening up. I mean, for me, it's like, I'm such an easygoing person.
Yeah, he is.
And a lot of things don't really affect me, or to a point where like I'm losing my mind.
Well, I'm gonna say this: things can, trigger people, or not to say that he's just always easygoing and things like that. But one thing I will say is that he's very optimistic about things. Like when I'm having a bad day, even when he's having a bad day too, like people who know Keon knows that you don't really see a lot of mad Keon. You see optimistic Keon. If it is a bad day, he is able to always pull out the good out of things. And I feel like that was really what keeps us going in these 2 years, because it was a lot of things that I was coming with. Because when you come into a marriage, I mean, it's good if you and your spouse can try to work on that baggage before you come in a relationship. But I had some baggage, but he had me look at things in a different way, in a positive way, because he is a positive person. And I thank God that You're very optimistic. So, for me, the biggest thing that I've learned in these 2 years is trust. Like, when it comes to, you can trust, you know. A lot of people our age possibly have went through things where they've been in relationships or even friendships and they feel like they can't trust because they've been hurt. So for me, these 2 years is to just breathe, woosah, and just know that I can trust him. And that made me vulnerable, which also is another thing that I struggled with at first, but I've learned to be vulnerable with him. So from coming from a person who was struggling with being vulnerable and a person who was very optimistic about things, so kind of ignored what he really was feeling or could express it, you know, it was one of the challenges that we had. But once we did come together and realize that, hey, we need to work on this, you know what I mean? Because we are big on communication, it's gotten better. You know?
I guess it's just in our nature, but, you know, women are emotional creatures. They're more advanced than us men. You know, they like to...
Advanced. I like that word.
They like to get down to the nitty-gritty.
To the nitty-gritty, yes.
You know, and us men, we can just brush them off and then it's okay.
Or can y'all really brush things off? Or again, do y'all just like to ignore it?
For me, it's like, okay, it's already dealt with, it's done. Okay, let's move on to the next thing.
But no. Now, speaking for me, not all women, but if we're having a conversation that is bothering us right now, why not talk about it right now or try to figure out, you know, how we can solve it, you know, instead of just putting it to the side. I mean, I get it. Sometimes we do need space where when we get upset, it's okay to walk away, but not all the time. Sometimes we need to talk about it too. 1 point for the woman, right? Yes.
The man, look, if a man tell his woman, look, I need some time, I need some space, she better listen to him.
No, it's not all that. I mean, okay, yeah, to a certain extent.
You don't want to push a man's buttons. Don't push his buttons.
And not either a woman's buttons. But I was gonna say, yeah, when a man or a woman, I'm gonna say both sides, both genders. When someone says they need their space, and you can clearly see that they're just hot and it's just like, you know, if we were cartoons, you could see the smoke, the fire going out in their head and the blah, blah, blah. Like, you know when you've made that person mad like that. When you see that, then yes, if you can, please try to walk away. And I'm trying to get better with that. We've gotten, just be like, whatever, when I, you know. But when you see that, yeah, try to walk away, because when I've done that in the past, just walked away and we both had time to talk about it, it was so much better when we both decided to talk about it, you know, again. You know, and it's been times too when was those times when we were in an argument and you just decided, okay, I'm gonna talk about it, like I'm gonna talk about it with you right now. Like, what was the difference between that and then when you needed your space?
I wasn't being, I mean, I guess I would say it was out of my comfort zone to do that.
To talk to me when you...
Because I'm used to giving myself some time to breathe and reflect and think on what I want to say and how I want to say it, and not come out to be rude or offensive. You know, so I mean.
So you felt like that wasn't who you were when you did decide.
Yeah, because I'm not used to it.
Okay.
Because it's not something I'm used to. I never did it before, so I'm used to running. Well, not running, but like going to a place of shelter to just breathe and be able to think about how I feel, why I felt the way I felt.
Okay.
And how I can make the situation better.
Okay. So do you feel being uncomfortable in that situation, knowing that this is not who I am? Because was that the kind of sort of, it was a comfortability that you kind of felt. So when you did feel that way, uncomfortable, would you say, and sometimes when you did decided to stay, it was good, the outcome was better, well, not better, because it just depends on what the situation is, but the outcome was good even when you stayed to talk about it?
I just feel like it's just a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. We're still look, 2 years, 2 years.
We're not perfect.
We're not perfect. 2 years is, a good amount of time, but
we're babies compared to
we're still newlyweds and we're still learning each other.
Yeah, so you just gotta work on it. Work on what you need to work on. When you get married, you already know, like, there's some things that I gotta deal with.
Yeah.
I need to work on it.
And no marriage is perfect. That's another thing that I've learned. Okay, for one, I'm really big on, and my husband can tell you this, if someone's been married for 10 plus years, I'm always like, oh my goodness, like, what is the secret to it? Like, why, how, and when? Like, how can y'all, after 10 years, not to say marriage is...
She love asking that question.
I do. I love advice.
From older people.
That's who I am. If you know me, I especially love old people because with the gray hair and stuff, because they could tell you some stuff, the wise ones. But
me personally, I feel like there's no secret to being married. The Bible will tell you everything, or whatever your religion is.
But you know what? I kind of still feel like it's a secret. I mean, not a secret, but something where if you have, like, for example, we've noticed that communication is good for us. So we can tell someone who may just been getting married or, struggling or whatever with their marriage, try to talk about
the secret is, don't tell nobody, but the secret to marriage, a long marriage, is communication. Don't tell nobody. I'm telling you this.
So you feel like it's a secret.
Else. You agree with me now. That's what I think of when they say it's a secret. There's no secret.
No. But I've also, of course, like you just said, baby, you're totally right. A lot of people tell our religion, where we believe in God. We go to a church and we follow Christianity. So a lot of people say, always keep God first. Always keep God first. You gotta have God in your life.
I don't like those people. Give me more in depth. I need to
know
more.
But I'm saying that's a good thing,
Yeah.
You always, for me, you always gotta
put God first. Put God first.
Put God first, and He's gonna take care of everything for your family, and we've seen that firsthand. But that is a good secret to say, like, or at least be evenly yoked. Whatever your religion is, just if you're evenly yoked, that's a good thing.